Hi, my name is Coldbeer and let's start with Remnant 2. This is the sequel to Remnant from the Ashes, best known as Dark Souls with guns. The game pits survivors of humanity against new deadly creatures and godlike bosses across terrifying worlds. You can play solo or co-op with two friends and explore the depths of the unknown to stop the evil from destroying reality itself. First part was really famous for its great co-op mode, so now they play at high stakes table in that field. If they fail, fans will be furious. Honestly, I'm not very impressed by the visuals I see in the trailer, but hey, they are okay. Not every game should look like an art as we've seen in Scorn. 10 out of 10 I will pick actually fun gameplay over the visuals, as I would pick potato salad over any other salad. Hades 2. Honestly, I never expected to see Hades' sequel because Supergiant Games have never made a sequel of any of their games. Bastion, Transistor, Pyre and Hades itself so far were all lonely titles in their own franchises that never existed until now. So Hades 2 builds on the best aspects of the original godlike, roguelike, dungeon crawler-like and very likable-like game in all new action-packed, endlessly replayable experience, rooted in the underworld of Greek myth and its deep connections to the dawn of witchcraft. As the immortal princess of the underworld, yes, you are a girl this time, you'll explore a bigger and deeper mythic world, vanquishing the forces of the Titan of Time. You know, they say it's not just a simple Titan, it's the time itself, and time cannot be stopped. Well, except if you have a big juicy black hole somewhere. I hope you do.
We all do.
Shut up, I'm not talking about that one. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. First part is honestly one of the best action-adventure games I have ever played. It's considered a Souls-like game, but it has difficulty levels, so you can just crank it down to the very bottom, choose pussy difficulty and enjoy the game without a lot of stress. Well, stress will still be there because you are your own worst enemy when it goes to jumping over various crevasses. And this game is filled with every abyss a man could think of. So in the second part, the story of Jedi Cal Kestis continues. He has a beard now and looks a bit cooler than before. Beard makes everyone look cooler, so if you don't have one, you know what to do. And the sponsor of this video is fakebeards.com. Look awesome everywhere you go. I'm actually kidding, nobody sponsored me and that website doesn't exist yet. Anyway, as we can see from the trailer, we will get some new or a bit upgraded abilities. Also, as it always goes with the sequel, we will get larger areas to explore and more to discover. Judas. When I saw the trailer for the first time, I somehow skipped the part with the note saying that this is the game from the creators of BioShock, and I thought that this is a new BioShock game. So basically they can't really escape from their own style even when they make another title. I don't know if that's good. I remember when Blizzard tried to do their best to make StarCraft as different from Warcraft as they possibly could, you know, to prove that they are not company with limited possibilities. So here you'll find yourself in a disintegrating starship and will have to execute a desperate escape plan. You are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you let it all to burn? So the question for me is, will you become friends with Jesus again? Anyway, Judas is a narrative first-person shooter with frequent violence and gore, things we all need in these calm times. Earthblade. This is a really cool and beautiful platformer from the creators of Celeste. Earthblade's lush pixel art world offers seamless exploration, challenging combat, and countless mysteries to pick apart, like every other game ever. But this is a new story, new adversaries, and new you. So here you will travel the remnants of a ruined world, encounter denizens, friend and foe, and piece together the world's fractured history. I can also see open world and RPG among the tags of the game, meaning that you will be able to develop your character, equip it with various skills, items, and so on, and explore the world in any direction. The game will also have full controller support, so no worries in that field. Space Marine 2. I can't remember any other game where the feeling of being a super overpowered combat god was so strong than in the first Space Marine game released more than 11 years ago. And now we are getting a sequel. As always, the galaxy is in peril, entire worlds are failing, and the Imperium needs you more than ever, because you embody the superhuman skill and brutality of a Space Marine, the greatest of the Emperor's warriors. You have trained all your life, and now you can finally unleash deadly abilities and an arsenal of devastating weaponry to obliterate the relentless Tyranid hordes. Tyranids themselves look like some kind of sentient xenomorphs, and they hate you. Well, honestly, anything that resembles a xenomorph probably hates you without any reason and wants you dead. So you will have to hold at bay the horrors of the galaxy in epic battles on various planets. While doing that, you will uncover dark secrets and drive back the everlasting night to prove your ultimate loyalty to humanity and to your bloodthirst. You will never feel truly full of that. You always need a little bit more. Atomic Heart. Events of Atomic Heart unfold in an alternative universe during the high noon of the Soviet Union. You will play as a special agent who was sent to a highly secret object by the Soviet government after it went radio silent. So, as you can guess, the weak batteries of local radio is not the issue. The monsters and various robots are. They went amok, haywire and crazy, and only you can stop them, and by doing that unveil the creepy secrets of a creepy Soviet facility. Atomic Heart is a weird mix of Bioshock and SCP containment breach made with graphics of the next generation. Also, developers managed to hire a great music composer. Mick Gordon is writing the score. You may know him from Doom, so prepare for a good dose of metal. Although I'm kinda concerned about the game itself, because it is in development for so long and it was overhyped as a project a few times already. Basically, if it's not a masterpiece of first-person shooters, then it's gonna have a bad time with reviews, because the expectations are very high. As always, not as high as Seth Rogen or Snoop Dogg, but the height is really significant. The Lords of the Fallen. So you may think, hey, this game was already released a long time ago. But you are wrong, this is a different game made by the same creators. But they somehow decided not to name it Lords of the Fallen 2, they added the in the beginning instead. That is kinda confusing, and I think that's a bad marketing idea. Why don't you name it, let's say, Lords of the Rising, or Kings of the Fallen, or Lords of the Fallen the Lich King, for example. I'm not even talking about Lords of the Fallen Episode 1 Batman and Robin Resurrection of the Planet of the Apes. You know, you can still keep the link between the names if you really want. Anyway, the Lords of the Fallen will be 5 times bigger than the original one, but instead I would wish for a 5 times better game, because the first part wasn't very well received. It has only 59% of positive reviews on Steam. You know, when your first game is not so good, you may want to make it better, not more of it. So let's hope for the best. Everything looks very beautiful and fun. Maybe it will be 5 times better after all. Dune Awakening. Well, honestly, I'm not entirely sure that we need another survival MMO, but Dune Awakening is being made by Funcom, creators of Conan Exile, so they are definitely not new in this field. The game combines the grittiness and creativity of survival games with the social interactivity of large-scale, persistent multiplayer games to create a unique and ambitious title. You'll rise from survival to dominance in a vast and seamless Arrakis shared by thousands of players. You will be able to explore a huge planet and craft weapons, armor, vehicles, attachments, modifications, and much more. As I can only guess, here you will be able to fly as well, but I'm not sure if you can do this freely or this is just a public transportation, a form of fast travel. Anyway, the date of the release wasn't announced yet, but I can only guess that the beta will be available sometime around the end of the next year. I guess somewhere near the release of a second part of the movie to ride the hype train. And now don't hesitate to click on this brand new video about upcoming isometric action RPG games. 10 great titles await you here. Also subscribe, let's be friends with benefits. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.
Bye!